What's up, party animals? Manny Lore here with another Study Minute presented by Fantasy Cruncher. As always, I got 3 topics for you. First, MLB contests are finally in the lobby on Draftkings and on Fanduel. We'll go in there, we'll explore what they have. A big $6 one. I'll tell you if it's a trap or not and tell you what I'm playing on Friday. Topic number 2, NFL tip number 3. We've done 2 good ones the last 2 podcasts. This one deals with groups. I know I mentioned the beginner series, but groups are important if you want to take your play to the next level. Topic number 3, it's tennis late rounds. What's tennis late rounds? We'll dig into that. It's on Fanduel. You can play the last 4 rounds. They almost treat it like a showdown for tennis. All that and more on the Study Minute, baby. Let's go. Contests are up. MLB contests are up for Friday, both on Fanduel, both on DraftKings as well, and There's some pretty good ones. I'm not going to lie. I'm excited to get back to the second half of the season. There's pretty much nothing to do during the days right now. I have no study sessions. I do, but I don't have any recent slates to go over and study. I'm kind of just studying over the same old slates over and over again, and I think I'm in a good spot. I was playing well before. I feel like I'm playing well right now. I just want to get to it, and finally seeing these up in the lobby, obviously phenomenal for me. So I dug in a little bit. I think I'm going to start playing aggressively Fanduel a little bit. I'm getting better on lineup study a little bit more. I've checked it out on Rewind. I kind of understand more or less. I keep uploading these. So every time you guys want a tournament on Fanduel lineup study, just let me know. I'll do my best to get it up there. It's a little bit of a manual process right now. It's why I haven't been doing a ton of them, but I will get to as much as I can. I'm obviously trying to get better at Fanduel as well, so I'm right there with you guys. The lobby for DraftKings looks something like this. The 250 is up. The 888 is up. The 88 is up, and the 33 is up. For me, and the famous $6, which you guys mentioned on my Twitch stream as well. I don't know what I'm going to do with that 6. Not because it's a huge investment. I think for me, I end up maxing these anyway, but it feels like it's another milli maker just at the $6 spot, right? 65,000 entries is a lot of entries. To max this is what? $900, $600, $300, $900. Yeah, it's $900. I much rather put my $900 if I wanted to play $900 in the $88 tournament, right? Where it's 77 entry max, but 2,500 people, and it's 50K to first. That one is 25% to first place, 48% to the top 10. There's a fraction of the entries there are in the other tournament, So I don't know. I think I'd rather be joining these. Before the break, I was joining the 88s, the 44s, the 55s, or whatever it was, the 33s, and that's what I was playing. I felt that was a much better use of not just my time, but my bankroll. I think, trying to get volume. I think this was a sweet spot for me, and it'd been working out. I'd been working out pretty well. So I think I'm going to join this instead. For those that are trying to get into the 6 and say want to have 1,000 or less in play, I don't know. That seems like quite a steep. I wouldn't say entry fee because it isn't at $6, but 65,000 people. You have to take that into account, man. That's just way too many people. I don't think I can get in that. And everything else above that is pretty hard. They have a smaller $33 one, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be in there. Look, the 88 looks like the sweet spot for me. See if you can do the same relative to your bankroll, right? If you're playing the quarter arcade or the Manny Max, like we call it, that's so many entries as well. That's pushing 50, 60,000 entries as well. If you could go up to $1, $2 and get 20, 30, 40 entries, I'd much rather do that than 150, the Manny Max, if you're looking to bank it. If you have the money to play that and maybe the $1, $2, or $3, then play them both, because over the long term, over the course of a season, the Manny Max is probably the best bet at a good ROI for the season. So start maxing out the lower ones, but think about that $1 or $2 or $3 above your price point and see if you could play those. It's worked out for me. I'm sure it'll work out for you. Topic number 2, NFL tip number 3, baby. We made it. We talked about reducing your pool. We talked about stack rules. Today, we get to your favorite topic of all. We get to groups. And although this isn't a beginner's lesson, a beginner's tip, this one's a little bit more advanced. It's essential if you want to be good in NFL. I'm not going to lie, right? So here you go. I have a random slate up. We are at 2018 season, week 13. Going to go to the advanced tab of Fantasy Cruncher. I'm going to go to the groups tab. This is where the magic happens. I create a new group, right? I am going to, and tips along the way. If for this one, if you want to do, and I don't know, I'm going to just do a random team. Let's do New Orleans, just because of New Orleans on the top of my head. You can type in NO in the search box, and it's going to give you every player in that New Orleans game, right? So if you hold down Shift and you click Benjamin Watson, Brandon Marshall, Drew Brees, and you just add them all, right? Just add them all. Go down. Michael Thomas, Tommy Lee Lewis, just add them all. Taysom Hill, Alvin Kamara, Traquan Smith, Kirkwood, just add them all. That's exactly what I would do, right? Once I'm here, I find the quarterback, and that is Drew Brees. I key him. All this means is if a key player is used, then the following group is applied. Very simple. So if Drew Brees is used, then it has to use, and it'll follow these sentences. So before you guys start asking, just read the sentence. It must use at least 2 players, and this is at least, remember, it could use 3 or 4, from this group. So let's go through the group. Benjamin Watson, do you want him in? Probably not. Brandon Marshall, no, obviously not. Josh Hill, no. Mark Ingram, debatable. Vereen, no. Michael Thomas, sure. Tommy Lee Lewis, no. Taysom Hill, no. Alvin Kamara, sure. Traquan Smith and Kirkwood, sure. This is the basic group in NFL. All this does, when coupled with your position stacks tab that we went over last podcast, it'll give you full control over every single stack you use. And that's imperative because if you just leave it to where your quarterback is paired with 2 of running back, receiver, and tight end, it can be anyone. It can be a bunch of Michael Gallups just because they're 3K and they're projected for 8 points or 7 points and it's good quote-unquote value. It's going to put them in there and it's going to fulfill your rules. But that really isn't a good stack because those aren't really good players. So with here, using groups, you have way more control. I would take off Mark Ingram. He's more of a runner. I'd leave Michael Thomas. I'd leave Alvin Kamara. I can't remember on this slate, but I can't imagine Kirkwood was popular. Traquan Smith might have been the third guy, might have been involved a little bit, so you might leave him. If not, you could just leave Alvin Kamara and Michael Thomas alone, and there's your stack. So every time it's going to sack the Saints and Drew Brees, it is going to use both Michael Thomas and Alvin Kamara because we said use at least 2. You can play around with this. You can make game stacks with this. That's a more advanced topic. But if you're looking to use groups, and this is your first time looking at this, this is the best way to do it. Always keying your quarterback. You guys play around with too much. Keying receivers, keying running backs, you are so far off. Key the quarterback. It's the main guy. That is the basic level groups introduction. If you want more advanced tips, head over to my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/mlora. You can learn a lot more there. NFL season starting soon, and we'll have a big NFL week to kick it off soon. I'll announce that shortly. Topic number 3, the PGA tennis late round. I got excited for PGA Millionaire, man. My brain is just thinking millionaire stuff right now. I'm sorry. I'm thinking a bunch of millionaire stuff. Tennis late rounds. What on earth is tennis late rounds? You guys tell me. Tennis late rounds is just, I think there's 4 games left or 4 matches left or whatever they call this. They call it the late rounds on Fanduel. They treat it like a showdown almost. They have an MVP where he gets 1.5 extra points, right? Like if I wanted to put Rafa Nadal as my guy, then I wanted to select a different person. I don't know who Batista Agut is, but maybe him. And then I have $2 for 1 extra player. Nishikori's like the GOAT, right? Isn't he? You pick 3 players. How many ties is this going to have? What on earth? They're running out of things to make. They're running out of contests. Oh, there's 4 matches left? Don't worry. We could run some stuff for that too. Pick your 3 best players. Salary cap of, what, 7? Such a random game, dude. Anyway, get in there in the lobby. There's quite a bit. I just tried joining a $5 entry one, $7 entry one. There's 33. There's one. There's quite a bit. And by the time you listen to this, hopefully they're still up. It starts in about 4 hours and 41 minutes from the time I'm making this. Do the math when you wake up in the morning. I hope you're in there. I hope you enjoy it, man. I hope you enjoy it and make some money. As always, I love doing these things, man. Rate, like, and subscribe. It'll mean the world, both on YouTube and in any podcast platform. This is on both now, and I'm pretty excited about it. I had a blast. Let's have a blast again tomorrow, man. Let's do it. I promise you it'll be fun. Take care, everyone.